250 kids in the program, and it's unknown if the lessons will continue. One participant joined in to get more familiar with the area, since she's taking a dance class next fall. While it was a hot topic in the SGA, the cigarette smoker I spoke to isn't concerned. Pardue taught moves like the wave and the corkscrew, simple but very effective. While the severe weather can affect a person's daily life, it can also affect their work life. For example, here at the Bowling Green Parks Maintenance Division. It's rare, but the New Albany Fire Department used its boat to fight a fire that took 16 hours to put out. Despite all of the damage and lost possessions, the family says the community has really stepped up to help out. WKU student members of the National Dance Education Organization don't just love dance, they're crazed for it. Potential regulation proposed by the Student Government Association could affect cigarette smokers on campus. I found out what the new resolution is all about. As Election Day nears, political issues become the talk of the town. Sometimes the best places to find what Bowling Green wants are right around the corner. A Bowling Green police lodge transforms every Thursday night into a concert hall. Over the past 2 weeks, I went to see what the Bluegrass Jams is all about. I'm here live at Grice Hall, where in about 45 minutes, the Hands Up, Don't Shoot event will take place. For Saturdays every spring, the WKU Swim and Dive team provides swimming lessons to the community.
We think it's important for everyone to learn how to swim because that's a life survival skill to us.
Despite the university's decision to suspend the team for 5 years, the swimmers are still teaching kids one last time.
To think that, the community is going to be lacking something like this in the next few years is very sad.
The program has plenty of loyal supporters.
I mean, it's great that we still have support and that people still want to come do lessons, and we have people who are driving in from hour and a half away just to do a half-an-hour lesson with us, which is awesome.
And many parents are disappointed that the program is ending.
I've gotten messages on Facebook from the parents of the people I teach, and they're like, we are just so devastated that this program is no longer going to continue, and it's just very disheartening.
The swimming lessons have been held by the team almost as long as the team itself has existed.
This is something that's been going on for 30, 40 years, and the kids love it. I mean, they learn how to swim, their friends learn how to swim.
The program isn't just social, it's also generational.
We have people who learn how to swim, and now their kids are learning how to swim, and now their grandkids are learning how to swim, all within our program, which is really awesome to see.
And participants often request to keep the same instructor each year.
I mean, I have like 3 or 4 kids that I have had since my freshman year, and I've grown a very close bond with these kids, I taught these kids how to swim from scratch, it's like, it takes a personal place in my heart,
There are about 350 kids in the program, and it's unknown if the lessons will continue.
And hopefully the rec department will take it over and do some type of lessons too, so the community has a way to learn how to swim.
While Taylor says she feels she's done her job, she wishes it was ending differently.
I think I've taught them well enough now that they can, hold their own, but it's like, I would like to see them progress farther. I want to be able to come back and look at them and be like, wow, this is something, I helped in the community.
The program's future may be uncertain, but it has allowed the WKU Swim and Dive team to end on a light note. Reporting for The Extra Point, I'm Dakota Sherrick. On a Saturday morning at Classic Cuts and Shaves, seats are filled as people wait to get a trim. Typically, people stick to general topics.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I haven't had a cut in around 8 weeks.
But as the election nears, all the buzz is about politics. When I asked people to shave it down to a single issue they found important, it all cut down to a common theme.
I would say continuing the economic revitalization of downtown Bowling Green.
Well, to quote Tommy Boy in that movie, he said you're either growing or dying, so it's good that we're growing.
While most are excited about the economic growth, one barber hopes Bowling Green still maintains a small-town feel.
And we just need to get back downtown and work on infrastructure because there's a lot coming in, a lot of hotels. Bowling Green's growing, and I think we need to make room for that change. Update in an old way.
While patrons and voters here say the election on November 4th is about the city's growth, Starks believes at the end of the day, it's all about the community.
It's a loving thing to do, to vote and to care about others, and that's what it's being involved in that process. I don't know, just not being apathetic about your city. Like, people here matter, and that politics is part of that.
The Student Government Association has sent a limited smoking ban resolution to President Gary Ransdale and the Administrative Council. The resolution calls for the creation of 39 designated smoking areas. Those areas would then be decreased over the course of 3 years. The current policy on campus allows smoking as long as it is at least 30 feet from buildings. Last semester, the SGA tried to pass a resolution to ban smoking entirely.
The Smoke-Free Campus resolution did not pass through SGA, and so this was a compromise that was sought out to still limit smoking on campus but not eliminate it entirely.
While the new resolution is a compromise, it only passed SGA's Senate by 2 votes. Taylor says some senators were still against compromise, wanting either a total ban or no restriction at all.
So I think the close vote was because of those differing viewpoints that people had on how smoking should be handled on this campus.
While it was a hot topic in the SGA, the cigarette smoker I spoke to isn't concerned.
Well, since it's a delayed plan and it's not going into effect immediately and not like a complete ban like instantly, I think honestly it's a good idea.
If implemented, the policy would not limit the use of electronic cigarettes or smokeless tobacco. It is unclear when President Ransdale and the Administrative Council will make a decision on the limited ban. I'm Dakota Sherrick. Thanks for joining us. The Board of Regents will meet Friday for its first committee meeting of the semester to discuss recent SGA resolutions. Reporter Corey McCauley is live on campus braving the cold to bring you an update on the cleanup from last week's snowpocalypse.
Dakota, this weather has been so warm, but a few weeks ago we had so much snow.
It's crazy, but I'm glad the snow is gone. I'm loving this warmer weather.
Hopefully we can put our jackets away.
And coming up next, tomorrow is the big day, the last day to file your taxes. We'll tell you about one local post office staying open late for last-minute filers.
News Channel 12 reporter Dakota Sherrick is here with us. Dakota, how is this closing affecting Bowling Green residents?
Well, obviously the employees of these restaurants are currently out of work, and actually it will also affect Bowling Green taxpayers. The WKU Media Relations Office released a statement today confirming the decision to suspend the swimming and diving programs. With us now is reporter Josh Holland, who has been following the swim and dive team suspension since it was released this morning.
Thanks, guys.
A deadly plane crash this morning in France leaves over 150 people dead. The airline's vice president says he suspects the jet crash was an accident. The German jet took off at 10 in the morning from Barcelona, heading to Dusseldorf. The plane was about 45 minutes into the flight when the distress call was sent out. It crashed into the French Alps shortly after, leaving no survivors. French officials say the black box has been found at the crash site and will be turned over to investigators soon. According to the U.S. Social Security website, monthly benefits for 2014 added up to almost $863 billion, but some retirees claim that's not enough. WKU President Gary Ransdale had this to say in the press release this morning. We have high standards for student conduct and conduct of our student organizations. The pervasive culture of misconduct in the swimming and diving program is intolerable. A 5-year suspension is both necessary and prudent. Last August, the highly anticipated roundabout near the WKU campus finally opened.
Our Dominique Yates headed out to the roundabout to see how drivers have adjusted. Now, Watt says there aren't any plans for another roundabout at this time.
But the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet will always take them into consideration for future projects. The new service will provide transportation to Nashville's airport. It offers a special discount for WKU students and faculty. For more information, you can visit the website or contact PTS directly at transportation@wku.edu. And, you know, Chris, speaking of transportation, it's been raining a lot recently, which is making the roads kind of...
Absolutely, and we just see all too common that when it rains around here, things do get pretty slick. That's all the time we have tonight. Thanks for making News Channel 12 your source for news.
For more local news, sports, and weather, check out our website at newschannel12live.com. Have a good night.